What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title, oh, by the way, for y'all who don't know, my nipples are better now. I didn't even tan, but my fucking nipples were on fire for about 3-4 days. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, there's a couple videos back. But as you can see below, we talking about players getting played and how to get out of it. Like, what do I do when I'm falling for this guy? But it doesn't seem like it's going to go the way I want it to go. Now, again, I'm not judging you if you fall for this guy. I'm not judging you if you fell for his traps, his tricks. I've been played before. This girl got me really, really good, and I know, and this is the reason I'm making the actual video, because I know how hard it is to break away from that, even though you know you're being played, right? This is the worst thing about it. You know you're being played. You know it. Now, before we even get into it, a player is not someone who's talked to multiple women. That's not a player. A guy, if he's not with you, he could talk to whoever he wants, and vice versa. A player is someone who's manipulating you, letting you think that or whatever you guys have is going to go somewhere, but it's not. Okay, now that's a player to me. A guy can talk to whoever he wants. So if he's talking to you and 10 other women, hey, if you're not in a relationship, you're not in a relationship. Sorry, okay? But I know exactly how it is. It sucks. You want to pull away, but you can't, okay? So what do you do? I want to start off telling you what you should not do. So that kind of better wraps up the what I want to portray, or what I want to come across or give you in this video. And the first thing a lot of women try to do is what I kind of just said, is hope. They sit there and they hope this guy will change. I know my biggest problem was hope. I remember when I was talking to a girl and I really want her to change, I was thinking like, oh, once you're with me and once we start hooking up and we start talking, hanging out more and texting and all this and acting like a couple, then we're actually going to be a couple, right? And she warned me in the beginning that that's not going to happen. But I'm like, you say that, but actions speak louder than words. Let's see, once we start hooking up, once we start hanging out, once we start texting all the time and start acting like a couple. I thought she was eventually going to let her guard down, and the chemistry we had in the relationship and the bonding and just the physical, emotional, mental, just all the stuff we had, the moments and times and the fun, whatever you want to call it, right? We had together, I thought was going to win her over and we're going to become a couple, okay? And that did not happen. And I would actually say it's even harder for a woman to convince a man. When a man puts you in the friend zone or friends with benefits without already having a thought of you being girlfriend potential or girlfriend material, it's really, really, really hard to get out of that category, okay? So if you're thinking long term, like, I want to get, I like this guy, I want to be his girlfriend, but he doesn't want it, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep hooking up with him. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing that. And eventually he's gonna fall for me. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to work. I would probably bet my career that 95% of the time, that's not going to work. I'm sorry, that's just not how guys are. They're very logical and they're very kind of stubborn. If you're in this friends with benefits category and he does not see you as a dating option, just a sexual option, it's not going to work. I'm sorry, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I would say, if the thing you shouldn't do is don't try to change him. The worst thing you can do is try to change a guy who does not want to be in a relationship. Trying to force him to be in one. I always say lead by example, not by force, right? So if you want to try to convince the guy, let's just say hypothetically the guy, you have to do something, right? If you want to convince the guy, convince him by example. Show him that you have a lot of value. Show him that you have a lot of social proof. Show him that you're wanted. Show him that you have a lot to offer. But don't try to force it. Don't keep on saying, why won't you date me? Why can't we do this? I don't want to do this. I don't want, don't do it by force or ultimatums actually, I'll take that back. The ultimatum thing I want to get on in a little bit. But don't do it by force. It's going to push a man away, and the worst thing that can happen is what would probably happen, which you would think would be the best thing, right? Which would, he switches over and he starts dating me. even if he does that, he's going to have a lot of animosity, a big grudge towards you. You're probably going to have to be looking over your fucking shoulder all the time. Not that he's going to kill you or anything, but he probably will start flirting and talking and texting the other women, because that's not what he wanted. He did not want a relationship, and you forced him into one. He is not, he's going to flip, and he's going to start talking and texting and flirting with other women just because that's not who he is. You can't force someone who wants this. What just fell in my hair? Oh, I was like, what the hell? Look at this. I was like, what the hell just fell out of my hair? But you can't force, like a bug. You can't force someone to be something they're not, right? So if he wants if he wants just the bang, then I'm sorry, that's what you're gonna get, unless you do this thing, which I'm about to tell you, which I think is the only thing you really can do, which is kind of the ultimatum. You can go down two roads here, I think. You can go down one road which says, I'm gonna stay with this guy and hook up with him and do whatever I gotta do, not intending on it being a relationship, but at the same time, you're out and looking for someone who wants the same things as you. See, when you have to want somebody who wants the same things, okay? This guy doesn't want the same things as you, and what you're holding on to right now, this is a very important part of the video. What you're holding on to, like your feelings for him, you're hoping that he's something that he's not. You're hoping that he's the guy who wants a relationship. And if he becomes that guy, then he's gonna be so amazing, so fun, so cool, because the sex is great, and when you guys are together, it's not that bad. So when when your relationship's gonna be something totally different. But guess what? That's a dream. That's an image of him. That's not him. That's not how he is. That's not who he is. So you're holding on to the idea of him being something that he's not. So you can't do that, okay? You can't hope and hold on to the idea that he's going to go over and be this nice, charming boyfriend material type of guy. That's just not who he is, okay? So you can either hold on to banging him and go look for someone who is that ideal boyfriend type, or archetype type of thing. Or you can do the second thing, which I would say is the ultimatum. You could say, listen, now this is a little harder because you don't want to break up and drop these kind of things. But again, you got to do what you got to do. You got to tell them, I like you, but I don't like where this is going. I feel like I'm being used. And he's going to try to talk you in. Hey, he's going to try to talk you into this shit, right? He's going to tell you, I've been feeling a little stronger for you, or why do you always got to bring this up? Why can't we, it doesn't seem like it's working out great. Like, I'm always talking to you, I'm always texting you, we're always hooking up, I'm having fun, I like you, I just don't want a girlfriend right now. He's going to say all that. That's all fucking bullshit. Take it from me. That's all bullshit. Not only that I'm a dating coach or a man, I used that shit before, right? And I know a lot of guys who use it. That's just bullshit talk. Do not let him talk you into it. If he says anything like, I'm starting to like you, or I'm liking you more and more, or I'm not talking to anyone else, or I just don't want a girlfriend right now, or anything like that. Anything like that. Any excuse, right? Or if he uses the word but, right? I like you, but I does, right? No. You're the only girl I'm talking to, but I just don't want. No. He's bullshitting you. You gotta drop the ultimatum. Now this one's a lot more harsh than the second one or the first one. See, as you can tell, there's no middle ground. There's no you kind of balance. No, it's either you keep up with the situation you have while looking for someone else who's better, and or you actually you actually give them the ultimatum. There is no middle part, okay? So with that being said, I love you ladies. I'm sorry you're in this situation. I know it's very, very, very hard. I've been in it myself, but that's all you can really do. Let me know how it goes. I love you. Peace.